was just filming a video and I figured I would do a little chat for this channel because I haven't done one in a while. The last time I tried to do one, I actually still have the video. I started crying, so I didn't want to post it. And yeah, so I don't remember everything I said in it, but I know one of the things I said in it because something had happened to me at the time. And if I don't have this feeling that I'm having right now where I'm trying not to cry again, I may mention it. But I just wanted to sit here and talk. I believe it's November 6th? No, it's the 7th. Today is the 7th. I honestly do not know. But I'm currently home alone, and I've been dealing with a lot of depression lately. It's been kind of bad for me in a sense that I've had little to no motivation to do anything, and so sitting here to film just now took a lot out of me, and I'm already on the floor, so that's why I'm like, well, what else can I do on the floor? So, we are here on the floor, and yeah, it's just been difficult. I've had a lot, oh, sorry, my stomach is also growling. I've had a lot of negative thoughts lately, and I've learned that, I have some control over them. Everyone does, to an extent, but it just, sometimes people can get to them easier than others, or maybe that's not even what I'm trying to say, but like once you realize that and are able to tell yourself that it helps, but it's not fixing anything, but we like to hope. We like to believe it will. So we try. We try our best. I've had a lot of feelings about just being lonely. And, this happens to me quite a bit, just having this thought pattern and feelings and everything. But it really hits me when I'm constantly seeing other people, like through Facebook and just whatever social media, doing things together, which is what Facebook and whatever is for, showing off what you're doing and posting with friends and all that. I think my whole friend group has basically been struck by just the sadness of the season with the weather changing. Our weather is so messed up here right now, though, so it's like literally like this. Like the emotions in the weather are like this. So I've just been kind of sad about feeling left out or not chosen, if that makes any sense. And I don't think that's all of my friends' intentions when it comes to this, because like I said, I think everybody is just off right now. So that's what I keep telling myself. But it seems like it's a pattern with me. So I don't know. I also try to tell myself that maybe I'm a little overwhelming for people, which I already know on the internet because I can talk a lot. I do get overwhelming for people. So I do understand that. I just have a lot of thoughts and a lot of things to say, and then I don't know. I don't know. It's probably just too much for some people. And I get it. I get it. I mean, personally, I get overwhelmed very easily now, and it really pisses me off. It's just stupid how easy I get overwhelmed. And so I'm trying to, tell myself that kind of stuff, and that, everyone's probably like that at the moment. I don't know how, I don't know. It just feels like there's a lot of sadness. I'm in the darkness, but you can probably tell my eyes are getting glazed over. I don't want to sound like I'm crying either. People tell me all the time it's so hard to understand me when I'm crying, so I'm really trying not to. I should have brought a fidget over here. I told myself that when I was filming the video. But that's just upsetting that so many people feel like that right now. Or just, not even right now, but all the time. That's where I've been at. So to combat it, or I guess I've acknowledged my thoughts and stuff and tried to convince myself otherwise, but I have been playing some video games. I have started another channel to do my shorts re-uploads, so I've been doing a lot of editing compilations of TikToks, and I'm going to move my TikTok lives there. And I think just putting the longer ones over there, maybe even the shorter ones. I feel like on my ASMR channel, I'm just overwhelming people with content, and I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do. I just want to keep things clean, and if people don't want to see the shorts, then I don't want to be pushing them in people's faces. So the shorts one can be where they go. That's my thought process anyway. So I started the channel, and I've put some lives on it already. Well, they're hidden. I don't have them public yet. I'm going to schedule them and stuff, but and the compilations as of right now. So after I get all that done, I'm going to just upload all of the shorts and the TikTok not replays. What I'm talking about, the TikToks, just re-upload them there. And yeah, just I've been pretty silent even with my friends, partially for my own benefit, but for theirs as well, because I don't want to overwhelm people. And it's not like I'm not expressing that I am having a hard time. I have, but I don't want to just, you know, constant, not negativity, but I don't want to bring other people down if they're not in the right mindset to be listening. So, just, been pretty quiet on that end. I've been trying to get some friends together to do something, like go out to eat or so, but that just hasn't been working, because people have work and because people are sad. So, yeah, I haven't talked about it over here, but my job is going to be closing at the end of the year, so I'm going to try to dedicate more time to being, I'd like to go live one extra day a week. I do TikTok lives every Thursday, if you were not aware. I feel like I mention it a lot, though, but it's probably not over here that I say that, for ASMR. So I do that on Thursdays on TikTok, and I would like to, my plan anyway, is to add a day to go live. TikTok one week, YouTube the next. I think I'm going to alternate. That way I'm getting back into YouTube lives, because I used to do them monthly for the ASMR channel, and then I just stopped doing them, and then I was only doing them for my members, and then I stopped doing that because of what happened and what made me sad the last time I tried to talk. And so yeah, it's just so much stuff. But that is the plan anyway, because I will now have the extra day, so I will plan on doing that. And then over here, I'd like to do more lives and upload more gaming videos. I really like making the gaming videos. As of right now, it's like the easiest thing. Sorry, my mic cracked. It's the easiest thing for me to do. It's fun, and like I can just play a game. But with the lives, I can talk to everyone while I'm playing. I do, again, my attention, like when it gets split, I start to go nuts. Like I literally can't remember things, but it's easier to like bounce off when I don't have, like if I were to play a game with a friend. If I do games alone, sometimes I run out of things to say, but I'll get better at that. I just think lives make it easier, and people can have a say in like what happens, or they can give me insight to something. But I do want to play more of the Project Playtime live. It just doesn't work right with OBS. I have to like resize the screen, which I don't understand. But that's fun. And they added a new phase to that, so I think there's new stuff in it, and I have not played it yet. I'm also waiting for the third chapter of Poppy Playtime to come out. I think everyone is. I haven't heard anything about it. Usually I do, from multiple different people I follow on YouTube, and I'm just not hearing anything, so I'm like, hasn't it been a year? But yeah, so, and then was it Sons of the Forest I wanted to play live, or was it something else? Oh, the vaudeville game I'm uploading. I'm still soft speaking, and I don't need to be, but the mic is right there, and I'm trying not to like shout in it. But vaudeville, I'd love to play that live and just see what happens. They've updated that quite a bit, and I think I've uploaded all of the like videos prior, so now if we go in and speak to them, they said they added something where they retain their memory. I don't know if that's gonna work or not, but I have all those notes, and I want to go in with the questions and just do that. I think because that game takes hours. Like you sit there for hours and you're talking to these characters, and I film like 2-hour videos at a time. So just going live with that makes that so much easier. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna be uploading. Louise and I are trying to find times where we can do more Five Nights at Freddy's games where she's like watching me play and helping commentate and all that. Um, it's really fun to play with Louise watching. Um, and yeah, I'm just trying to keep myself going, keep myself interested, trying different things. But yeah, like my job closing, I'm not too bothered by that because I eventually just wanted to do YouTube alone anyway, but we'll see what happens. I'm really hoping that it's fine to just do YouTube, and I'm still working hard on this channel, but I do prioritize the ASMR one over this one because that is technically where my job is currently. That allows me to um, do this nearly full time. So, and I'm so grateful for that because oh god, I'm so sensitive right now. I might start crying again. Um, I have always wanted to work for myself, and this really allows me to do that. And it's just so cool to me because I have laugh it off, laugh it off, laugh it off. Um, People have doubted me, and this has allowed me to show people otherwise. So I am capable of things, and I have abilities. I have superpowers now, but I have the ability to do what I want with my life, and that's really nice. And I like being available to my family. I've also been writing again. I've tried. They're not complete thoughts because I have multiple things going on in my head. But I finally got to sit down and like write for a good couple hours the other day, and it felt so good. And I only remember that because I I write better when I'm listening to music. Usually it's all time low that I'm familiar with, and I can listen to it but block it out and get into a zone. It's what I do for writing. I don't it Everybody's got their thing when they write, but yeah. But I'd like to get back to what I was saying, but I do not want to start crying. Um breathe, breathe, breathe. I got the big Freddie Laurie sent me just staring at me across the room with his, what is it, like a blacklight Freddy? Is that what he is? His eyes are like yellow and pink, and they're just deadly looking. They're just staring into my soul. Oh, that's another thing too. Let's just keep trying to get there without, making myself cry. Um, I got to see the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. The night it was supposed to come out. I think it came out the day before though, but they had on all the posters that it was coming out the 27th. I think that was that the Friday? October 27th was the Friday. My voice just wants to waver now. But yeah, we got to see that, and I was so happy. And then I've watched it 3 or 4 more times since because I got Peacock just to watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie over and over, and it's just so interesting to me. Like, I don't know. I'm not mad about it at all. I enjoyed it. I didn't understand for a while why people didn't enjoy it. But then I watched some like Moist Critical talk about it. Penguin Zero talk about it, And I can understand that. And then I had people in one of my TikTok live chats telling me that it was because it was not super reminiscent of the game. But that is boring as heck if you are watching a movie and this person does not leave an office. Like, so I liked what they did with it. So yeah, got to do that with my brother and sister. That was nice. There were kids in the theater. Like, I understand people were excited, but we were sat next to a young girl who thought talking the whole thing was impressive or something, and her dad did nothing to stop her. He was just as bad, but he brought a group of girls with him and did not, keep them under control at all. But the kid in the front of them got pissed off enough and kept turning around and just going, shh, shh, like the whole time. And I was like, my sister wanted to start fighting this girl. And I was like, no, somebody else will get pissed that's close to her. And she sat right next to my brother. So my brother got up and moved seats, because who does that in a theater when you don't know somebody and you sit right next to them? She's too young for my brother, by the way. So like, it's not even like it would have been cute if she was trying to hit on him, because I've seen they have commercials where it's like a stranger sits next to you and you're like, oh, you're cute, stuff like that. You've seen, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, my brother got pissed and he got up and moved to my side, and that family was just a problem the whole time. But other than that, everyone, laughed at everything. Everybody was making jokes appropriately, like when they could, and it just felt nice to sit in a theater with people who got excited about the same stuff I did, because I don't have like friends that are into the same stuff as me. And that's a whole different thing. I just find it hard to have friends that like the same stuff as me, and I don't know why. I just feel like I'm just weird. I think that's I feel like people maybe, I don't know. I just can't have like friends that like the same stuff as me. It doesn't work in my favor anyway. Like, I know people, but it's not like they're my friend, like my close friends. So I don't just approach them and start talking about my random stuff I like. But it was nice to sit with a group of people who understood the same things I do. And like, my sister asks me questions about Five Nights at Freddy's, and my brother could care less. Now he's always like, who is that? Okay, well, that doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, okay. But my sister tries to understand, which is nice. And what else have I done? I mean, we carved pumpkins, we had Halloween, I did a live, I was dressed as Mr. Modern Love from All Time Low's Modern Love music video. If I remember, I'll stick a picture in the video. I posted the pictures to Instagram. I didn't post I made a TikTok on my other TikTok with the pictures, but some of them I'm like holding a cigarette, and it's not even real. They're all fake. Like, I have this, fake ones. I got them from Amazon. It looks like it's lit, which is insane, but you can tell they're not real because there's no smoke. And I've got wine, and it's, my dog is sliding around on the floor. So yeah, I kept him off of here because I know how YouTube is picky about things, but I'll put one that's not like crazy. But I think I looked really good, and that was the first time I put a suit on, and let me tell you, I don't like dresses. I refuse to wear them now. Because I'm completely in control of what I can wear. When I was younger, I was not always in control of what I could wear. and that's a whole separate thing. Uh, and so, yeah, I just never felt comfortable when I was younger. And I put the suit on, and I was like, I look really good. And then people in my TikTok live chat were hyping me up, and they were like, red is your color. You look really good in a suit. And I'm just like, thank you. Thank you so much. Um, when it comes to dressing nice, I usually go for rompers and are they called jumpsuits? What's the difference? They're called rompers here. Most of the time they're rompers. I think if they're pants, like if they've got pants, do I have one that's a jumpsuit then? What's the difference? I don't know what the difference is. But yeah, I usually wear rompers to like things now, or I do have nice pants that I can put with nice tops, but I rompers are usually what I go for. But now I'm like, well, maybe I'd like a. I think my dog's coming to get me because he wants his food. It's not. It's not their dinner time yet. He just the time change and the lighting is confusing him. Um, but yeah. Now I'm thinking I'm like maybe I should just get myself a nice suit I can wear to things too because I really liked it. I liked it. It was nice. Um, yeah. So I'm still trying to avoid the thing. But what I was saying before when I started crying is that I like, I'm very grateful for being able to do this because I'm very available to my family if somebody needs me. He is really walking around and it is loud for me, so I don't know what it sounds like for you, but I'm sorry. He gets anxious and just wanders. Um, I'm pretty sure it's because he wants the food. But yeah, so I can be very available. And I was nope. I was able to be available for my pa being ill. Um, so I helped my grandma a lot. But I just need to say it so I can kind of get out, like, past the thing. um, in April, my pa passed away. And I did make a little post about it. I didn't want to go too much into any of it at the time and was trying to be like, respectful to my family. But I did, want to make people aware cuz I like took off time, but I didn't take off time. I think I had enough stuff ready to go. So I was able to still post but not be there. But I just, I shared that around when it happened. But he had Alzheimer's. So I'm just happy I was able to be there as much as I could. I got to go stay with them quite a bit before he had to move into a home. And we got to see him the day before. And it was a good visit. I'm very thankful. I didn't want to be somebody who cried on YouTube, you know, but it is. I just. Like, I'm justified for why. But yeah, I'm just really happy I got to be there and help. So I said it. I got it out. Yeah. I would really like to eventually do a charity live stream. for Alzheimer's. That is a goal of mine. It's a goal of mine to do that for him. Because that is a nasty disease. Maybe I should show you something from a happy time so that I'm not still crying. Because, yeah, I haven't talked to you guys in a while. So, I honestly, when did I talk to you last? It might have been before Lori came to visit. And I think in that last one I was talking about her visit. And I never posted it because it was too much crying and I talked too much about it, and I didn't want to make myself upset editing it. So yeah, Lori came and stayed here the end of May and the first week of June. And we visited Chicago, we visited Milwaukee, we went to see All Time Low, which is like, we planned around that because I wanted to do that with her. I don't have friends that like the same stuff as me, but Lori does listen to the pop punk and like more what is it, punk stuff. Just she has a similar like music liking to me. So that was something we wanted to do, and I got to do that with her. We may or may not try to plan for going to see her favorite band, Muse. Just depends what happens, and also it depends when I can travel out there, honestly. I keep watching flight prices, and there's also a lot of prep work I'd have to do, so it has to be planned farther out because I've never been on a plane, and my mom wants me to fly somewhere closer before I get on a plane that's like farther and longer. And yeah, so there's a lot of stuff I kind of gotta get through and overcome before doing that. Well, I'm gonna have a trip editing this because I'm nearly at 40 minutes. But this is a picture from you can't really see it because of how dark it is anyway, but from the sound check we did with All Time Low. And then I went with my sister again because I've got a problem. We went, what's that? September. We went September to see them again and did another sound check. This one's a much better picture. I mean, this one, huge improvement from what they had us do before. They had us stand in a giant group with everybody at the sound check and take a picture, and they were this big in it. But in these ones, they're much closer. And yeah, they put us in random groups of people to, get everybody in there because you don't get individual ones with these things. But is this gonna make me cry? Maybe I just needed to. But this last one I went to with my sister was, in my opinion, the best one I have gone to. I have seen them 5 times now. And I think that's caught up. Sorry, I'm really close to the mic right now. I think that's caught up to the amount of times I've seen the Jonas Brothers, or maybe I've seen them more now than the Jonas Brothers. But this last one, I left wanting to cry. Just the whole experience, especially with, like, first of all, usually the people in the soundcheck groups are from the fan club, and if they're like they've released them to the public now too, after a decent amount of time. But everybody in those things that I've done usually are super nice, and everyone is caring about each other and making sure everyone's all right. And I felt like a mom this time going, because I had a whole bunch of young people around me and I was making sure they were okay. They're not like young people, but they were younger than me. And I was like taking their cans and putting them over the barricade, like getting them out of the way so people weren't tripping on stuff. Making sure, I checked in on people quite a bit. But yeah, at the sound check, I asked which Jonas Brothers songs were their favorites. I'll insert that if I want to. I didn't get Jack's response, I don't think. I did get Alex's. Maybe I got the end of Jack's. I was like just focusing on being called on. I think I was the second person to ask a question.
Burning up. It's gotta be burning up. I went to the concert twice, 2 nights in a row, and had the time of my life. Yeah, old bros, burning up. New bros, I would say Waffle House is such a jam. So good.
I would argue to say it's better than actually going to Waffle House.
Waffle House is pretty good. Great question.
Thank you.
And it looks like I'm nervous because the thing is shaking, but I didn't want to. I'm never nervous speaking to them. It's always been easy for me to just say whatever to them, which is really nice. But yeah, I was just like trying to, interact with them and then also hold my phone up, but not like answer my question, please. And the setup was different. We were a little farther away from them and stuff, so I don't know if I zoomed in or if I left it where it's like they're that big, but so that was fun. And then just during the show, I was dancing like a crazy person. Like, you see me on here and you probably think I'm super tame, and most of the time I am, but when you put me in front of, like, I've never been close enough to the Jonas Brothers, but I'm sure it would happen with them too. But when you put me in front of them and, I just get to sing to all the songs and let go, which is funny, and just be around people. We were around good people the whole time, and so nobody was pushing and nobody was shoving, and it was not like we were fighting to keep our spots, because I'm a smaller individual, people think they can get me out of the way, and I'm like, no, you can't. I've gotten tough enough, and I'm like, nope. But yeah, so it was just nice, and the interaction the whole night was good. It was just good. It made me feel alive. It made me feel good. And yeah, I was really hoping we were going to hear Guts live. I swear to you, I have heard Guts live before, but then I went back and looked at the set list from the one I thought I heard it at, and I didn't. I don't know why I convinced myself I did. I swear I've heard it live though. But Guts is my favorite All Time Low song. So if you're curious, you can go listen to that. And this tour was the Sound of Letting Go tour. I'm actually wearing like one of the shirts. I bought 2 of them. My sister was on the mission to get the shirts. But I got to hear that live, and I get nervous to listen to stuff back because I can hear myself in it, but I wanna just watch the video again soon, because that's another song that just, it's a good one. So that's one of my top three. I think Weightless is, that makes that three. That's the sound of letting go and Weightless. That kind of describes me, honestly. Um, but yeah, this one was just good. It was good and it made me happy. And I didn't want to leave. um, and yeah, I so badly, like, with how stuff's changed, especially with COVID and everything, I so badly just want to speak to them again one on one, and I was not able to get the tickets for, what is that even called? Monitor party, where you get to like have I think it's only 6 people that get to like go backstage and interact with them, and then you stand side stage while they're live. So yeah, one day I'll do that again. One day. The last time I got to do something one on one with them was in 2015, and that anniversary came up 2 days ago from the day I'm filming this, 2 days ago, and it just 8 years. That's crazy to me. I had met them prior at a signing, but yeah, it's just crazy, and that makes me feel old. That just makes me feel old thinking about that. But yeah, that's another thing I'd really like to do. Just like to get to talk to them again. I'm so fascinated by like how Alex writes. Like I write stories, but he also kind of writes stories when he writes songs. So I'm just like, I want to how do like he just gets me. Through his lyrics he gets me, and I'm sure a lot of people feel like that. What else did I not like tell you? I went to see the Jonas Brothers with my cousin. That was an interesting thing because I don't do things with my cousins, and it was really nice. It was really nice to do that because I remembered, and she was shook that I remembered this, but I remembered when we had first moved back here that one of the days, well, I don't know if we were moved back here yet. I just know we were at my cousin's house that we were living at the time. And she left early, this cousin left early because she was going to a Jonas Brothers concert that night, and like all the cousins were over at this one cousin's house. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I don't know if it was the year later or if it was that year, and I was jealous. I couldn't remember. I just remember she was going. And I was running out of options of people to text and ask, and I thought I was going at one point, and then that just fell through. So, yeah, I texted her and I was like, you did like the Jonas Brothers, right? Do you want to go see them? And she was like, oh, I'd love to go do that. So that worked out, and that was really nice. And I'd like to try to connect with my cousins more, because they're family, and they're supposed to be built-in friends. So I'm just trying here. I'm trying to be more social, but I really hate like too much human interaction. Really overstimulates me. So yeah. So I'm trying. But that went really good too, and again made me so happy. We were not super close. We were definitely like up in stands, but good view of the screens. And then yeah, like Lori was here before that. Oh, and I also went to see Nickelback with my family the week before I went to see the Jonas Brothers, so that was fun. Feeling that post-concert depression 2 times in 1 month. That was a lot for me. And that was nice seeing Nickelback. I've always wanted to see Nickelback and take that off my bucket list, and I'm so happy I did. But I'm so short that we were so far back, and like so many tall people were in front of me, and I don't stand on seats. But my neck was like this the whole night. I was like really trying to see, but I had a good time, and I did that with my sister and my dad and my stepmom, so that was fun. And yeah, and oh, I'm also participating in Thankmas again this year. If you were not aware last year or were not, hanging out with me last year, I participated in Jacksepticeye's Thankmas streams that he does. That sounds more like exciting. I mean, it is exciting to do, but it's not like I was with him. Like when you say that, people are like, "Oh, like were you there?" No, I was not. I was not there. But it's a live stream event where a ton of different creators can like sign up to be on the same campaign, and we have our individual campaigns, but then we also have the big one that our money gets thrown into, and I think it reflects in his, while it also like our amount reflects in ours. But we're all just helping to raise money for this year. Again, it's World Central Kitchen, so they help. They like go to the front lines of where the worst, horrible, all the stuff that's going on in the world right now, like with Hawaii and all the stuff going on. We're going to be raising money for them to be able to bring food to people. That is what they do. They bring food, and they cook it fresh. Like everything's made fresh for people in need to have a good meal, and that is super important when your worlds come crumbling down, for lack of a better term, I guess. But you know what I mean. So they work with local chefs, and I believe it's like where they also give them like a job opportunity to help, but they're also helping their community. So it's local people, which makes people feel more at home, and it just gives that vibe. So I'm horrible at explaining things. I really need to like have something prepped with me, either written out or a clip of me explaining it, or if I can get some sort of material from them. We get these packages, these like files with stuff we need to use or could use, or resources for, I can't think of the wording I'm trying to use here. They give us like some information and some things to use so that streams look pretty similar all around. And that, you can share the information with your viewers. So I'll be doing that. I believe I'm doing it December 1st. I'm technically supposed to work that day, but I'm going to work it out with my boss so I can do it on the 1st, because Thankmas is on the 2nd this year. And I was so happy to participate last year. I really was. Like, it was a dream come true to be able to do that, because again, that was one of the things I wanted to do. I wanted to help with Thankmas. Don't cry. And that was my first charity live stream, and it felt so good. So, losing my train of thought now, but I missed watching the live stream because I streamed for the exact amount of time that he did, and I didn't realize it until I ended my live. So I want to be able to watch and participate in his, but also have, dedicated time to do mine. So I'm going to do it the night before. I need to pick the time frame. But yeah, I think that's the plan, and I have to work out the things I'm doing. My sister was on it last year. I want to see if anybody else can participate in it. And my friends, I think Lori and Deep, played games with me for a little bit. We played Phasmophobia for a little while. And so I need to work out, like, with my friends if anyone's going to be available so we can, play games and I can chat. I did ASMR to start it and ASMR to end it last time. I went from 10 in the morning to, I think, 4 or 6. I did 8 hours, so it had to be 6. I was going to end at 5, I think. But I went on for another hour. So I don't know if I'm going to do it again that way this time because it's a Friday evening and I don't know who's going to be at my house. And yeah, so I want to include the ASMR because I'm going to be doing it on the ASMR channel because it has more of the following and it'll reach more people. And I'll be able to link it and stuff, but yeah. I'm just really excited to participate in that again and come up with fun things to do. I think I'm going to I want to decorate cookies this year. We did gingerbread houses last year. I want to decorate cookies, I think, and I'm thinking about getting my dogs like a cookie decorating kit for the dogs because I saw that they have one and it's got 3 cookies in it, thank goodness, because I have 3 dogs. So I'm like, well, I could decorate the dog cookies too, but then I could also, answer questions, Q&A thing. And last year I had an option to do like sending out holiday cards. Like if you donated a certain amount of money, you could, instead of just donating, you could have also picked like send me a holiday card. And I can't put my address on it, so, it's not going to have that, but I had that as an option, and I guess it never went live. And I had somebody who was like, oh, I would have done that. I'm like, I don't know why it's not there, because it showed, or from my understanding on my end, it looked like it was there. So, yeah. But I am doing that, and I'm very excited to do that again. It's coming up so quick. Like, it's in 3 weeks. What's today? 3-4 weeks, maybe. And I'm in Christmas mode right now, so November's just a drag at the moment. But it's gonna go by fast, because it already is. We're already 7 days in. It's insane to me. It is insane. But yeah, so I hope to see some of you at that. I am going to set up the donation page soon. I want to set up my computer to do that and like mess around with everything. So you can donate before the live stream if you'd like to. Otherwise, while I'm live, you can donate and your name will pop up on the screen and it'll be kept on the screen. And, so if you watch it back, they like come up, and I don't know if it's going to be the same this year, but last year it was a little snow globe that like snowed when, or it snowed, I think blue maybe, when something was donated, and a little name, like the amount was on the top of it, and then the little names popped up either at the top or at the bottom. And I think I had a box in one corner that had like the latest donators. So yeah, I gotta mess with all that again and figure that out for OBS, but that's okay because I want to figure out more of my streaming stuff anyway. So, I've got all these things I want to do, but I just feel so weighed down right now, and it's difficult. So I'm like sitting there writing things out, like thinking at least planning it's gonna help me. But, I think I'm gonna go though, because I've been talking for an hour. It's probably not gonna be an hour after I cut all the crying out, but thank you for sitting with me. I know some of you enjoy these rambly videos. I don't have an endometriosis update because nothing's really happened. Nothing's really happened. I think it was last month or so where I had my first period since getting off the medicine, and switching back to my other stuff, but I still had some pain with that I was really concerned about, having to rework my life to deal with it, but I managed it. I got through that, but there's nothing else like regarding that, like doctor's visits or anything to talk about for that as of right now. I know some of you are interested in that, and some of you follow me because, either you have it or you are interested in, maybe you have some other kind of, chronic illness or like PCOS or, any of those things that maybe you can relate to. I will update that when I have updates for that, but currently just dealing with that. But yeah, I'm gonna go. If I forgot anything, I'll try to take notes and maybe do another sit down video. It was nice to sit with you and nice to talk a little bit, even though I cried and I don't want to be a crier. And yeah, thank you for listening, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.